Manchester United 1, West Ham United 1. This is your full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Thursday night, where yet again Manchester United always seem to get themselves in a good position where we've taken the lead. We probably deserve to have the 3 points tonight, but yet again we can't hold on. We can't keep a clean sheet, and West Ham have walked away with an unlikely point from Old Trafford, and 4 points from our last 9 isn't exactly great, if we're being really honest. We battered West Ham in that second half, especially when we got the goal, which was nothing more than pure luck. If the Casemiro cross doesn't take the deflection it does to fall straight to Diego Dalot's feet, that goal probably doesn't end up in West Ham's net, and West Ham probably clear that ball out of danger and probably don't concede that goal. But if you look at the West Ham equaliser, it is really, really poor and quite pathetic defending yet again inside our own box. Why we can never man-mark players and why we can never keep a clean sheet is beyond my belief now. Like, you can't be drawing against teams like West Ham. They're in the bottom 3 for a reason. They're going to get relegated under Nuno, and I still think they're going to go down anyway despite this point they've picked up tonight. It's just not good enough, is it? Like, I would rather end the season now and sack Ruben Amorim. Wan-Bissaka again had a worldie at Old Trafford. An ex-Man United reject has a worldie at Old Trafford. Probably West Ham's best player tonight. And it just goes to show, like, that 1-0 lead was never safe, was it? That that United 1-0 lead was never going to be safe, was it? And look at the goal we conceded. Look at the goal we conceded. It is a great save. It is a great save from Lemens, and obviously Mazraoui does the right thing by being that man at the back post, but his clearance just falls to Magassa. I mean, I don't know who's marking that West Ham player in the box. I mean, where's the defending? Where's the man marking there? There wasn't any. Our defence has yet again fucking vanished. We're fucking invisible. We might as well be Harry Potter's invisibility cloak, because the goal is absolutely pathetic. The goal is really, really pathetic. I'll give Mazraoui credit. He does the right thing by being at the back post. But the clearance falls straight to Magassa, and he basically has an empty net to aim at. And again, Mazraoui can't get up in time to obviously block the clear goal-scoring chance that's going to happen right in front of his own eyes. So, in some aspects, I feel sorry for Mazraoui, because he does do his job there to stand at the back post where we do concede a lot of goals from. He does his job. I will give him credit. But unfortunately, the clearance has fell straight to him. And unfortunately, Magassa's got an empty net to aim at. And you're never going to miss that. If that wouldn't have gone in, West Ham would not have got a point tonight. So, apart from that, West Ham probably deserved the point in the end, because Manchester United can't hold on to leads. Dan says that was terrible. And Liam has said another 2 points chucked away. Well, it's 4 points from our last 9. And it reminded me so much of the Everton game. We couldn't beat a team with 10 players on the pitch. We couldn't score a goal. And again tonight, it had so many memories of that Everton game. We took the lead, which was quite lucky, to be honest. Usual tactics, go 1-up at Old Trafford and then defend, it's bullshit. Exactly, because we basically parked the bus. That's all we did after we conceded a goal, was basically park the bus. And again, what any attacking intent did we do after we got the lead? What did we do after we went 1-0 up? We parked the fucking bus. That is really, really sad, to park the bus when you go 1-0 up at Old Trafford. If you get the first goal, you need to find the second. And unfortunately, those players can't do it. Those players cannot do it. And I told you, these players will let this club down time and time again. These players will let this club down. They can't be trusted. They can't perform. They haven't got any standards. The standards of some of those players are on the floor. And it's really, really embarrassing. 4 points from our last 9. That has to be nothing more than sackable. If you're a big football club, you've got to be making a decision now about Amorim. You can't be drawing against West Ham. You can't be losing against Everton. And you were lucky to beat Palace at the weekend. That Palace result was nothing more than pure luck. That Palace result has basically sent us back so far backwards, especially after the shit we've had to watch tonight. That is absolutely embarrassing. 4 points from 9. I would rather the season end now, sack Amorim, and get an interim in till the end of the season and get looking for a new manager in the summer. Because those players are not up for it. Those players do not care. Soon as we got the goal, we parked the bus and let West Ham attack us. That seems to be the plan from Manchester United against Everton. It was the plan against West Ham, and it was the plan against Palace on Sunday. We get the goal, and we seem to sit back and let the opposition attack us. And I don't know why we're doing it. We can't beat the worst West Ham team at home, says MUFC J25. Mbeumo shouldn't have gone down in the box, annoyed me so much when he was clean through. Exactly. There was many decisions that did not go our way tonight. But again, it clearly shows those players can't step up. Those players cannot step up. How have we not beat West Ham? It would have been a really good week for us. It would have been 6 points from 6 in our last 2 games. But instead, we've dropped another 2 points. And again, where are those fans celebrating the Forest point? Where are those fans celebrating the Tottenham point? It's funny how those fans, all of a sudden, have gone walkies. It's really funny how all of a sudden those fans have gone walking. I've not heard from those fans for a very long time. They were celebrating the Tottenham point. They were celebrating the Forest point. And they're probably going to celebrate the point tonight. And they'll be like, well, at least we didn't lose. At least we got a point. At least we got a result. Beating West Ham isn't for everyone. Exactly. Kay's absolutely right. And he's got the right to put the laughing emojis. He's absolutely right. I completely agree with you. Beating West Ham isn't for everyone. Exactly. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. It's the same for Sunderland as well. Beating Sunderland isn't for everyone as well. A point not good enough. We should easily walk away with 3 points. Why take Kuna and Xerxes off when we had momentum? Again, I don't know. I have to question the manager again. Like, Amorim's tactics are absolutely laughable. His substitutions are an absolute joke. I don't know why Kuna was taken off. Maybe he's trying to get Kuna back to full fitness, and maybe that's why he took him off. Aaron Bissaka living rent-free in United's heads. Exactly. Another great point from Luke. Sunderland's been way better than West Ham, haven't they? Exactly. He throws away games with his substitutions. Amorim's the right man still. We have to trust him. I'm not being funny. I don't think Amorim, based on the last 3 games, deserves to be in a job. If you can't beat Everton, and if you can't beat West Ham, that clearly shows the type of mentality this manager's got. This manager's too scared. This manager's a pussy. This manager does not want to change his system. This manager doesn't want to change the formation. This manager was meant to be getting us back to the top. Manchester United could have gone joint 4th tonight with Chelsea in the Champions League spots. We are stuck on 8th, where Liverpool could only get a point against Sunderland, and Chelsea got bantered 3-1 by Leeds yesterday. There was a huge opportunity for this club to move up that league table and start proving a point to their rivals. This club never surprises me. When we get momentum, when we get the lead, we never capitalise. We never take our chances, and we never get an opportunity that is given to us right in front of our own eyes. When you see Chelsea get bantered by Leeds, when you see Liverpool get bantered by Sunderland, and you've watched us again tonight get bantered by West Ham, played off the park in the last 10 to 15 minutes of that game, especially when West Ham get that goal, which again was nothing more than pure luck, because United can't fucking defend as per fucking usual. We can't keep a clean sheet. We can't defend against a high block. We can't defend against a low block. And we can't defend set pieces from free kicks or from corners. And we can't defend in our box either, because we leave a load of opposition players in our box completely fucking unmarked. It is absolutely fucking embarrassing. 4 points from 9, I'm safe to say, I've had enough. I've had enough of this manager, I've had enough of this system, and I've had enough to see this season we have done nothing but play the same 3-4-3 bullshit week after week after week after week, and I'm sick and tired. And we got played off the park. We got played off the park. MMK Martin is absolutely right. We got played off the park. We were played off the park. It's embarrassing. Like, it is very embarrassing to only pick up a point against West Ham. West Ham are in the bottom 3 for a reason. West Ham are going to go down because they're fucking shit. This is the reason Manchester United can't defend. This is why Manchester United can see goals. Because against opposition like this, there's always an opportunity to get a result. And unfortunately, yet again, we've been played off the park at Old Trafford. We have been played off the park the last 2 games, according to James. Exactly. we have been played off the park the last 2 games. We got played off the park by Palace, we got played off the park by Everton, and we've been played off the park by West Ham in the last 10 to 15 minutes of this game. We were fucking shit. We were shit tonight, especially that first half. And if fans went to that game, Ueno says Amram needs to go. I don't think Ruben Amram's got anywhere to hide now. But didn't we beat Palace, says Josh. But yeah, we should have carried that Palace momentum into tonight. We should have carried that momentum in tonight, and we didn't do it. We have dropped another 2 points against a team who are going to get relegated. A team who have such a nice stadium, apparently, and have such a good set of players, apparently, but their best player is basically Jared Bowen. Like, no disrespect, West Ham's best player is basically Jared Bowen. But again, you're bringing Aaron Wan-Bissaka back to Old Trafford, who's had an absolute worldie. And think we sold Wan-Bissaka to West Ham but kept Dalot. And I'm sorry, people can wax lyrical over Diego Dalot. His goal was nothing more than pure luck. Playing heaven short of Mazraoui as a free is absolutely insane. Amrin makes changes in the second half for no reason. Every time we go on to concede late. Exactly. We're so far away from Arsenal, it's actually scary. If we can't beat Wolves, then I'm going to lose it. Joke of a team we are, says Messi. Move on and win the next. Support the team. We lost because of the subs. Thank you for the likes, Ashton, as well. That's the difference. Wan-Bissaka versus Dalot. He's awful. Light years behind Wan-Bissaka. We was in control until the subs. It's all on Amrin. I don't know why Amrin made all those subs, by the way. You take Matthias Cunha off, who's basically our best player in the number 10 position, playing behind Xerxes. Again, Xerxes didn't have his best game tonight, so I can probably understand why Xerxes was taken off, because he didn't really get himself involved in that game. But he had one decent opportunity on goal, which again should have gone in. Like, it's a simple clearance off the line to deny Xerxes his goal. Dalot scored equals high mentality, why take him out? It's as if Amrin is deliberately trying to throw games. He makes the subs we concede every time. United are shit, says Ryan Clark. Exactly. Manchester United are absolutely embarrassing. We are embarrassing. Not like every manager has to make 5 subs every game, but no, let's say Amrin shouldn't make subs. Terrible takes. But the substitutions are terrible, mate. The substitutions are terrible. The system is a problem. If we've got a manager that can't make the right substitutions, and we've got a manager who hasn't got any balls or any guts to change the formation or the setup, which doesn't work, then you've got a major problem. It's like watching Kitchen Nightmares USA of Gordon Ramsay. If that chef's in denial, you're not going to get that chef out of the denial he's in. Amrin reminds me so much of a chef. He's so in fucking denial. If this system doesn't work and his formation isn't going to work, then why not change it and go back to playing a 4-3-3? Why are we still sticking by a 3-4-3? Someone please tell me why we use this system. Someone give me some 5 good points why this system makes sense, because I've not seen anything from this 3-4-3 or 3-4-3 all season. I've not seen anything. I've not seen any positives. All I see is pure fucking negatives. The system isn't the problem. What manager would you take then? Why are you expecting a system to work instantly? Our only attacker is lazy, and use our cursing is his subs. If we draw to Wolves, we need to have a massive talk and fix up. Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have been sent off. Yeah, that's a very good point. Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have been sent off. The challenge that he did on Dorgu, he has already been booked. Why is the referee and the VAR monitor not looked at that, by the way? Why has that not been looked at? Why has VAR not sent Wan-Bissaka off? He's clearly endangering an opponent. West Ham should go down to 10 players. So that's a very, very good take and a good note to make on this match reaction. Wan-Bissaka should have been gone. Wan-Bissaka should have seen red, and he's been kept on the pitch. What manager would you take then? Can intervene for yellow cards. But if you look at the challenge, that's a second booking. Wan-Bissaka should have seen red. The referee should have gone over to his monitor. VAR should have intervened, and VAR should have got that referee over to the monitor, seen the Wan-Bissaka challenge. Wan-Bissaka would have been gone. He would have been sent off. But no, he's been kept on the pitch. So again, we can blame VAR. We can blame the referee, because West Ham should be down to 10 players. We've been cheated out of a result, in my opinion. What manager would you take? I don't know what manager I would take. I've got absolutely no clue. Even if West Ham went down to 10 men, we would still probably wouldn't score. VAR can't intervene for a second yellow card. But they should have intervened. They should have intervened, especially where they're doing it at next year's World Cup. They're going to intervene on second yellow cards. They're going to intervene on corners. They can intervene on throw-ins for the World Cup next year. That's what they're doing. We've been cheated out of a result, but I thought it's Amram's fault and we should sack him. Yeah, I still think we should sack Amram. I still think we should be sacking him. But decisions haven't gone our way. Decisions haven't gone our way tonight. We've played shit. We've been bent over in the last 10 to 15 minutes by West Ham. We've been bent over by fucking West Ham United, who are going to get relegated this season. We've been bent over by West Ham and spanked on the bum. It's absolutely fucking embarrassing to get 4 points from 9. If you think Amram's the right manager, be my guest. If you want Amram to stay, and if you want Amram to succeed, be my guest. But at the end of the day, 4 points from 9? Are you really going to celebrate 4 points from 9? Are you really going to celebrate a draw against Tottenham and Forest and West Ham and a defeat to Everton? Are we really going to celebrate that? We lost to Everton. We are not unbeaten in our last 8. We lost to Everton. We can't even beat West Ham when we went 1-0 up, and our goal was nothing down to pure luck. And there's people, waxing lyrical about, oh, how great Diego Dalot was. And again, Dalot had a good game tonight. I'm not going to fault him, but I wouldn't give him 100 out of 100. I thought Dalot was all right until we got the goal. We beat big teams but can't beat the small teams. Exactly. I think some of the mentality of our fan base is on the floor, just like our football club. I think some fans in the Man United fan base have got their standards have fallen to where these players have fallen. I think some of the fans' standards now are on the floor just like these players, just like this football club. And I think fans have given up on results. I think fans have actually given up on this football club. They don't want to see us win anymore. These fans are so used to us being fucking dog shit that some fans don't care about win, lose or draw anymore. We should be beating West Ham. We should be beating Everton. If we can beat Palace, we should be sitting here 9 points from 9. It says a lot about how bad a manager Ruben Amorim is. I know his options are shit. Granted, that squad is fucking crap. Our midfield gets walked through every single fucking week. We play Bruno Fernandes week in, week out in a deep line midfield role where he's more of a forward attacking midfielder in the centre attacking midfield position and a number 10. But again, Bruno never gets put there because he's got Kuna and Mbeumo ahead of him in those two number 10 positions to support Xerxes from behind as the striker. You've got Diego Dalot being played out of position at left wing back, which makes utterly no sense. Ahmad at right wing back was a lot better. I think Ahmad was probably our best player in that first half by a bloody mile because I didn't see anybody else really step up in that first half. I thought the first half was shit, and I can't believe those fans didn't boo them off. Whoever went to that game tonight, please give me your reasons why you didn't boo off that pile of shit at half time. If you think that first half performance was acceptable, then fine. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed, but I don't get why fans didn't boo that club off at half time, because that first half was fucking shit. That first half was crap, and yet the fans didn't boo them off. If they're shit, you boo them off. If it's 0-0 at half time, you boo them off. We created fuck all in that first half. Xerxes had a good chance to score. That should go in. So I can understand the Joshua Xerxes substitutions. I can understand that because Xerxes, again, isn't a fucking striker. That is something I'm not really understanding. Playing Xerxes in a position where he's not a striker, if you're putting him down the middle and you're expecting him to bury goals, then we are in big, big trouble. Yes, he may have scored against Palace. Whoop-de-doo. I could have scored that goal. It's not difficult. At the end of the day, the chance he had on goal, that should have gone in. But yet again, there's not enough power, there's not enough technique, and there's not enough finesse over the shot he had to put that ball in the net. That should go in. So that's opportunity number 1, gone out the window because of Joshua Xerxes. Opportunity number 2, you look at the rebound and the rebound shot from Bruno Fernandes, it just scraped the post. Again, I'm sorry, that should go in. That should be going in. And Earl has said Mbeumo has looked poor the past 2 games. I think the problem with Brian Mbeumo, I think the big problem, there's a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure on him because he's been Manchester United's standout player this season. He's been Manchester United's best player by a fucking mile. And that, again, is a new signing showing everybody else up. It really is embarrassing. And I feel sorry for Bryan Mbeumo. I feel sorry for Matthias Cunha. I actually feel sorry for I feel sorry for Sesko. I feel sorry for Lemens. Because I think those 4 signings will come very, very good. Give it 2 or 3 years, we'll start firing on all cylinders with all 4 of those players in that first team. But I feel sorry for all 4 of them. Because all 4 of them have been dragged into this complete, utter mess, again, that this football club has put itself in tonight. Amorim can't make changes. I am giving those 4 players time, but I feel sorry for all 4 of them that have been dragged into the shithouse that is Manchester United. We've got a manager who is in complete denial, who is absolutely delusional. If the system's not working, Amorim, change it. Don't sit in the denial that you are as our manager. Don't just sit there and stick to your tradition, stick to your way. You've got to start listening to what the fans want. We want to play a 4-3-3, not a 3-4-3. We don't want to see 3 centre-backs. We want to see 2 centre-backs, a left-back and a right-back. That's how you should be playing a back 4. As for the midfield, you play a CDM and 2 centre attacking midfielders. That's how you play a proper midfield 3 structure. Point number 3, you put the striker down the middle, you put Cunha on the left, and you put Mbeumo on the right. That's how you put out a proper team, Amorim. Like, it's not difficult to see how shit Amorim's system actually is. He is screwing a lot of our players over, because look how many players are out of position in that team. Diego Dalot is at left wing back again. Dalot is at left wing back when he's not a left wing back. He's a right back, for fuck's sake. What's Dalot doing at left wing back? Why can't you put Shaw there? Why can't you put Dorgu there? Why can't you put Malacia there? Well, there's a big point to gather to all why those 3 aren't in the team. It's because they're fucking shit. Those 3 left backs can't do that left back role. None of those 3 can play at left wing back. None of those 3 are good enough at left wing back or at left back to push that team forward. Malacia won't get game time. He's off in January. He's crap. Dorgu has been figured out by not just by me, but by Amorim. He also confessed that the anxiety and the lack of confidence Dorgu has got at the moment is why he's not in the team. Well done. Well fucking done. I figured out Dorgu since he's been at the club. That's why Dorgu has been summoned to the bench for God knows how many games in a row. Because Amorim has figured out that Dorgu ain't fucking cut out for this. Dorgu ain't good enough. Dorgu's crap. We should have never paid that money we gave to Lecce. We should have never ever brought Dorgu in. He wanted Nuno Mendes, for fuck's sake. So where is he? So what about the other players that were brought into us in the last few years? Or a 4-4-2 or 100%. Short is a left back, Dorgu prefers right wing. Dorgu brought attacking mentality in that second half. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't rate Dorgu. It's just my opinion. It's just my view. But I think long term, there's better left backs out there in Europe that United could get. One of them was Nuno Mendes, which Amorim wanted, and he decided to stay at PSG and sign a new contract. He wanted Mendes. He didn't want Dorgu. Just saying. Like, he did not want Dorgu. He wanted Nuno fucking Mendes. Why was he not brought in? We're not paying 65 million anymore. We're not paying 60. Well, there we go. We're not spending the money that we need to spend to get this team fixed. We're basically trying to repair a boat that's got so many holes and so many cracks in it that those cracks are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the holes that are going to be open in that squad are going to be more holes than a fucking sieve in the kitchen. I'm sorry, yet again, this football club is failing another manager. It's not all Amorim's fault. He's been put into this mess. He wanted to come in at the end of the season, not midway through it. But Amorim is in season 1 proper mode now. I've not seen anything that convinces me over the last 3 games that is going to convince me. I'm not happy the way we play football. I'm not happy with some of the substitutions. And again tonight, when you hold on to a 1-0 lead and park the bus and let West Ham attack you, this is why we fail. West Ham were there for the taking tonight. But when you are relying on players like Dorgu, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Brian Mbeumo, again, I don't know what's happened to him. Has his focus gone to the African Cup of Nations now and can't wait to get out the hellhole that Manchester United Football Club is? I think a lot of those players that go to African Cup of Nations in January are going to be massively relieved to get out of this mess. I think Mbeumo will be relieved. I think Ahmad will be relieved. I think Mazraoui as well, because he'll be playing for Morocco. We're going to lose all three of these players, so you might as well end the season now. Not like it's already over. We could have gone joint fourth. We are still stuck in 8th on 22 points. Brighton still above us. Sunderland still above us. Aston Villa still above us. So are Chelsea, Man City and Arsenal. It is massively embarrassing. We have to take the L. We should have won this game. They were there for the taking tonight. But when Manchester United haven't got Sesko, when Matthias Cunha gets dragged off midway through the second half, which makes no sense, because going forward he's one of the best players with the ball at his feet, and he can run at the West Ham back four and run through their midfield, because there was gaping holes in that West Ham team to get Cunha in. Mbeumo, again, the last 2 games has been miles off it. Again, I think his focus is on the African Cup of Nations. I think the only stand-up player in the team tonight is Ahmad. I think Ahmad's probably the only player that realistically can walk away of Old Trafford with his head held high. I think he was probably our best player inside that first half. And probably, I would say, second half, but not as much the first. I think he's the only player that can come away with his head held high, I'm afraid to say. I think Manchester United are getting worse. I think we are going to go even more backwards under Amorim. I don't think Amorim's going to make the end of the season. I think if it goes pear-shaped on Monday, and then against Bournemouth, and then Villa, and if it goes pear-shaped over Christmas, you might as well sack him in January, bring an interim in, get us till the end of the season, and then we bring a new manager in, because that's the only way I can see it's going to happen. If you're a big football club and the manager's the problem, and he's not playing good football, based on the last 3 results, 4 points from 9, we should have beat Everton, who had 10 players on the pitch. We luckily beat Palace. That was nothing more than pure luck. Again tonight, we took the lead again, which was nothing more than pure luck. And again, West Ham's goal was nothing more than pure luck. But that West Ham goal was coming. That West Ham goal was coming, and it was coming very quickly. You could tell. West Ham got fired up when it went 1-0 down. Remember how long it took Sir Alex Ferguson? Yeah, that days of him and his football aren't around now. Like, the game has moved on massively. I'm not waiting 10, 15, 20 years for this club to get back to the top. I've waited how many years since we won the Champions League? How many years? 17 years since we last won the Champions League. We haven't won the Europa League since 2017, so that's another 8. We haven't won the Carabao Cup for 3 seasons now. When did we last win the league? 2013. So you want a miracle? Yeah, I want a miracle one season. I think I've got the right to expect these players to perform. I've got standards. It's not my problem as some of the fans in this fan base don't have the standards anymore because they have fallen as low as the players and the squad and the manager and the owners. It's not my fault if some fans have just completely given up on the football club. That's not a me problem. But I expect standards to be hit and targets to be achieved. We are miles off where we are. We are playing a lot worse than what we did under Ten Hag. We are playing a lot better football than this. Playing this 3-4-3 has not worked since he's been in charge, Amorim. He was dragged in through a crisis, which he didn't want, and Man United said this was now or never. So they put him under unfair pressure to say, this is your opportunity. If you don't take it, we're moving on. That's not how you treat an upcoming bringing a manager. You don't basically blackmail a manager. You don't blackmail him. You say, oh well, it's now or never. You've got a choice here. What do you expect? I'm sorry to say, after what I've seen tonight, after what I saw against Palace and especially against Everton, Ruben Amorim needs to be sacked tonight. If you're a big football club, sack the manager, because it's going to come anyway, isn't it? Like, it's going to come anyway. We can't defend. We don't score goals. Our midfield is pants. Our back three are atrocious. And again, fancy chucking in Aiden Heaven, a fucking rabbit in the headlights moment, Aidan Heaven's lucky he stayed on the pitch. And it's not exactly all Aidan Heaven's fault, is it? It's not all Aidan Heaven's fault. Aidan Heaven was a rabbit in the headlights tonight. He was chucked in right at the deep end. Because as all of a sudden, we announced the Player of the Month today, it went to Matthias de Ligt. For some strange reason, de Ligt got Player of the Month, which I really don't justify, and I really don't fucking understand how de Ligt got Player of the Month. Someone please tell me how de Ligt managed to walk away with Player of the Month. But it's funny tonight, I've picked up a knock. I've picked up an injury. I'm not available, but I'll happily take Player of the Month, but I've got a slight knock. I've got a slight injury problem that might affect my fitness. All of a sudden, I hear the violins going. Please feel sorry for me. Please understand that I've got a slight problem that might affect my fitness. Please understand I won't be able to feature with the lads tonight. Please can I have a rest? Please can I have a break? That's all I hear is the violin. I hear a lot of these United fans get the violin out for these players. We can't play because of a slight knock. We can't play because we're not 100% fit. OMG, get the violin out. Get the orchestra playing. That's all I hear is Sympathy FC. And if he played with that knock and it leads to further injury, de Ligt's not injured. I don't believe de Ligt is injured. I think it's just bullshit. I think there's a deeper issue there. I don't think de Ligt's injured, but he's happily taking the Player of the Month award today. I'm sorry, if you're playing for side, not play through the not yet. Play through the fucking pain barrier. A lot of us have injuries. A lot of us have problems. Play through the pain barrier, you sad little player. You're meant to be one of the world best centre backs in European football. I wouldn't trust de Ligt to look after a cat. I'm sorry, de Ligt was at fault at Tottenham. He wasn't exactly brilliant on Sunday, and all of a sudden he's picked up an injury. OMG's picked up an injury. Let's not take a risk. I'm sorry, you've got to take risks. If you're because apparently Bruno Fernandes was going to be out tonight, right? He was going to be out, and so was Xerxes. Apparently both of them were doubtful, but they were both chucked in tonight. But they can play through the pain barrier, but de Ligt can't. That's a mentality issue. That's a mentality issue. And a lot of these players have got it. A lot of these players have got that mentality issue. When the going gets tough, this lot give up. A lot of these players give up because their mentality is shit. I'm sorry to say, from my point of view, enough's enough. Enough of this bullshit now. Sympathy FC, get the violin out. We've got a slight injury, boss. We don't want to take a risk. Play through the pain barrier. It's not difficult to play through the pain barrier. Bruno Fernandes probably played through pain tonight. So did Xerxes, and both probably weren't fit. But de Ligt couldn't step up. Sorry, I'm not taking any excuses from de Ligt. Injury or not. I mean, Bruno played with injury. Xerxes played with injury, and both of them were shit. Again, I didn't see them give up. I saw them go through the pain barrier and played a game of football for the club tonight. But again, what did they do? Sacking the manager won't solve that, though. But it's not just the manager that needs sacking. It's half those players need to be shown the door as well. I mean, I felt sorry for Aidan Heaven. Got chucked straight into the first team. Has hardly had a kick all season long. Got chucked straight in at centre-back just because fucking de Ligt was injured. And Aidan Heaven's hardly seen any minutes. And he had a rabbit in the headlights moment where he was lucky to be still on the pitch. Because that tackle on Jared Bowen was a lot worse than what was being shown on the camera. That tackle on Bowen was disgusting. I think Aidan Heaven is lucky he got away with that tonight. If he would have been sent off, I probably would have applauded the referee. I probably would have applauded the referee's decision because Aidan Heaven's a lucky man that he is still on the pitch. Because the tackle is disgusting. The tackle is disgusting. But that, again, is on Amrim. You've chucked Aidan Heaven in and he's hardly had a kick all season. And yet you've had to drag him off because he's on a yellow card because of your decision to chuck him straight into the team where he's hardly had a kick. Aidan Heaven's got potential. He's got quality. But again, I feel sorry for him because he was chucked into a fucking system and it's just fucking bullshit. Bruno is selfish, should have been playing in Saudi, and our midfield won't be ran through by average players. Our midfield's been pants no matter what it is. Ruben Amorim's subs tonight killed the game, according to Andy, which I massively agree with. Please smash that like button, by the way. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you're new, would really appreciate it. again, it's the same problems week after week, and I've not seen any improvement. I've not seen any improvement after Sunday. I think we've gone massively backwards to that. But there'll be fans in this fan base celebrating a point. There'll be fans, oh, at least we got a result. Oh, at least we got a draw. Oh, we got a point. Let's celebrate it. No. No. We're not doing that again. We're not celebrating win, lose or draw again. It's been the same problem for years. Well, get rid of the players then. You have to clear ship. If the rumours are true, which we've all been hearing, we're going to have a massive clear out in the summer and 11 players are going to be shown the door. That needs to start from tonight. That needs to start from tonight. If you're getting rid of 11 players, you bring 11 to 12 brand new players in. That's what you call a proper rebuild. That's what you call get this club and this squad to where it needs to be. Not take a 3-4 year transfer window. We need to be doing it in one summer. If Nottingham Forest can do it, so the fuck can we. And they brought in 22 fucking brand new players. That shows you what Nottingham Forest are trying to do as a football club. At least Forest have got some ambition. They want to stay in this division. They're fighting for the lives at the bottom of the league. That's what you do. You back the manager, you give him players. What are they going to do in January when Mbeumo and Ahmad and Mazraoui fuck off to the African Cup of Nations? Expect to go with the same squad? Because we're going to be fucked in January. No one realised how fucking screwed we're going to be. No Mazraoui, no Ahmad, and no Mbeumo. So we're going to be fucked anyway. You've then got the midfield, which we haven't got. Mainu doesn't get a kick. Mainu might as well not even be here. Mainu's going to go. Mainu's going to leave. After that tonight, if on Kobbie Mainoo, hand in a transfer request, I want out of the football club. Because he's not going to play, is he? Kobbie Mainoo will not play under Amrim. Amrim doesn't want him here. I don't think Amrim rates him. I think there's been a player-manager issue there since day number one. Mainoo has not been in this squad for God knows how many games. What we're going to do against Wolves, we'll play Bruno Fernandes in the deep line midfield role with Casemiro. I can predict the United team for next Monday. Lamens in goal, a back three of Yoro, hopefully De Ligt, and it'll be Luke Shaw. They'll have Dalot at left wing back. Right wing back will be Ahmad, Fernandes, Casemiro, Mbeumo, Kuna and Zirkzee. I can already pick that team for Monday. It's not fucking rocket science what that team's going to be. But if you're seeing that team tonight and you're seeing how many of those players have let us down again, you don't pick them. You don't have them on the bench and you keep them out the squad for whatever it takes. You drop them. You drop Luke Shaw because I can't understand why he's in a back three. Make that make any sense. Again, another player being played out of position by another manager. Erik ten Hag did the same, by the way. Just saying. When we lose players, we will drop down the league table. We haven't got to qualify to replace them. Exactly. Because United don't want to spend money in January. That's what we're already being told. United don't want to spend money in January. Oh, we're not spending money. Oh, we're not going to spend money in January. It's not what we want to do in January. We're not spending money, so we're going to be fucked anyway. Aiden Heaven throwing in the deep end and will be thrown under the bus by the manager, and the leadership team. Exactly. Aiden Heaven will be thrown under the bus tonight because he was thrown in the deep end. Ashton's absolutely bang on. And that's the problem. I think Amrin got it massively wrong tonight. If we would have lost Zirkzee and Fernandes, I actually wouldn't have been bothered. If Zirkzee and Fernandes were not in that team tonight, I wouldn't have complained. Because I think we're better without Zirkzee. I think we're better without Fernandes. I think both of those players are a massive liability in that team. And again, they both had two glorious chances to score goals. And neither of them took it. So people can say, well, it was difficult for Fernandes. It was difficult for Zirkzee. No, it wasn't. I would have scored both those chances both of those players had. I probably would have scored both chances they both had on goal. And both players are just, don't think inside. Aiden Heaven was very lucky to stay on the pitch tonight. Yeah, completely agree. Aiden Heaven was lucky he stayed on the pitch. If we went down to 10 in the first half, I would have flipped because that was on the manager for chucking him in. But I would have been disappointed for Aiden Heaven because it would have fucked up his development. But again, there's a player in there. I think he needs to go on loan and get first team football. I think a team like Brentford or a Brighton or a Bournemouth would be so beneficial for him to give him that first team opportunity to really step up because it's a first team opportunity guaranteed in the team. So I think that's what we need to do with Aiden Heaven. But the problem is when we lose all these players at the African Cup of Nations bullshit, you're going to have to keep these players. Apparently, we're going to keep. We're going to send Diego Leon, Obi Martin, and Aiden Heaven out on loan in January. No, we won't. No, we fucking won't. We won't do that. We're not that stupid, or are we? Because we're going to need them in the team to cover for this lot that depart. We don't realise how fucked we're going to be. And I'm not saying Mbeumo had a good game tonight. Mbeumo's been off it against Palace, was off it against Everton, and was off it again today. And I don't understand why Mbeumo... Maybe it's the pressure, maybe there is so much on him to deliver in United shirt that everyone else around him is basically dog shit. And he realises, I think, Mbeumo, Kuna, Lemens and, Sesko, I mean, we miss Sesko, don't we? Having Xerxes up front doesn't inspire me. You needed a proper clinical striker in that box to score those goals. And unfortunately, we don't have it. Xerxes can't be trusted. Obi, again, why is he not in the first team? Which I don't understand. I would love to see Obi Martin get some game time, which I don't understand why he hasn't been, because he got it last season. That probably would have been a better option going forward than having Xerxes up front all game long. And Shea Lacey, again, was on the bench against Palace, Everton, and again against West Ham tonight. Doesn't get a looking. So I'm afraid to say, I think Amram's development of younger players is atrocious. I don't think Amram trusts them. And I think Amram is sticking to his guns. And I'm afraid to say, from a Manchester United point of view, I think the club's is truly fucked. I think I would rather liquidate the club, go out of business, than carry on fucking doing this week after week, because nothing's going to change, is it? Nothing's going to change under Amorim. I think we're still going to be stuck in a cycle where we sack the manager, repeat the cycle. That's what I think is going to happen. But I want a manager that plays good football, and I've not seen anything in the last 3 games to convince me that Amorim deserves another chance. But it is only my opinion, it is only my view. And I respect what everybody says. We all make good points. Everyone's views and opinions get respected. But honest to God, I just don't know what we do anymore. I'm lost tonight. I've been lost for the last 3 fucking games. It was bad against Everton. Palace was nothing more than pure luck, and tonight I just don't know where to go next of them, because what will annoy me now will probably beat Wolves on Monday, because Wolves are, well, good as down, aren't they? Wolves are probably good as down, but it wouldn't surprise me if they put in a masterclass against us on Monday night, which is going to be another probably drop points. We'll be sat here next Monday with the same problems again. We've dropped another 2 points away to Wolves. And Wolves are probably, season will kickstart once they get a good result against us Monday. So I'm fully expecting a full Wolves onslaught on Monday night. But I just don't know what to say now, because it's just the same shit week after week. And I'm not going to fall to the player standards or the manager standard or the owner standards. And I'm certainly not going to fall to the standards that some fans and supporters have fallen to. They're just the same as the players, the club, the owners and the manager. If you want to fall to their low standards, do whatever you want. I respect it, but I think it's the wrong thing to do. If you want to go that low to say how shit we are, then be my guest. I'm not going to stop you, but it shows what a joke of a football club we actually are. It shows what a joke we actually are as a football club. We've gone so far backwards this season than what I thought we were. We were in the top 8 and people will celebrate that. If we could win the FA Cup and maybe get into the Europa Conference League, I would probably take it. But I think as good as tonight, the season's over. Write it off. Forget Europe. We've got 4 points from our last 9. That West Ham goal was massively preventable, especially from the point of Mazraoui, who did do his job. He did do his job to prevent it going straight into the net. But unfortunately, he couldn't get back in time to stop the Magassa rebound straight into the empty net. So I'm massively frustrated because, again, they said West Ham's height would be a big problem. And again, West Ham's height was a big problem, wasn't it? West Ham's height was a big problem. And I think it showed tonight how shit we've got defensively. We've got a really good set piece coach. No, we don't. No, we don't. That West Ham goal was laughable. Soon as that went in, I knew that game was ending as a draw. And there'll be fans celebrating a point tonight. And be my guest, I'm not stopping you. I'm not going to stop fans from celebrating a point. That's on you. But bloody hell, haven't we fallen from grace, haven't we? We're an absolute shit show. It's only going to get worse. And I think Amram's probably on a big tightrope now, and that tightrope is about to break. I think if we play badly on Monday, then I'm afraid to say I think you've got to make a change before it's too late. Embarrassing, Ruben out now. It is, MUFC Daryl, it is embarrassing. I'm right behind you. I've been Ruben Amorim out for weeks. I've been Ruben Amorim out for God knows how many weeks. I think the sack's incoming. I don't know when it will happen, but if we play badly over the rest of these Christmas festive period, then I think we'll all know that I'm afraid to say that Amorim will go. Amorim will get sacked because he hasn't. I don't think he's got anything easy as 3 points ever. Exactly. But we didn't deserve to win based on the second half. We started brightly, but soon as we got the goal, we sat back and let West Ham attack us. So that's the embarrassing thing for me. Please smash the like button, Boe. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you're new. It's just embarrassing. We sat back and we let West Ham attack us. Like, you're letting West Ham come to Old Trafford and attack you as soon as we got the goal. Like, fucking hell, it's embarrassing, isn't it? I'm just embarrassed, and I feel like it's only going to get a lot worse. So, I think if I was the Man United fan base and supporters, I would start preparing yourself because I think Amorim is on a tightrope. That rope will break eventually, and I think we're going to end up sacking another manager. Is it the correct thing to do? I don't know, but if we are in the bottom half by January, then I think Ruben could be sacked. Brian was poor again. Yeah, Brian Mbeumo's had 2 bad games in a row. I think the focus of Mbeumo and Amad... Well, Amad was our best player. I think Amad, like I said earlier, I think Amad's the only one that can walk away with any head held high tonight. He was our best player in that first half. Second half wasn't the greatest, but I just don't know what's happened since Palace. Because we looked alright. I think the Delo goal was nothing more than pure luck, if I'm being really honest with you. I think the Casemiro cross, if it doesn't take that deflection, the ball doesn't fall to Delo. And it's basically an easy tap in, to be honest with you. Again, Wan-Bissaka probably should have done better in that way to block the Delo shot going in, but the goalkeeper can't do anything about it. So Wan-Bissaka's defending there's pretty poor to block the Delo shot, but I think the goal we scored was nothing more than pure luck. And I think it was like that on Sunday. It was nothing more than pure luck that we scored that winning goal. And there'll be fans celebrating a point, which I just don't get. Begs belief what's going to happen next. It wouldn't surprise if we drop points again on Monday. Where do we go from here? It's been a shit week again, hasn't it? Positive Sunday, week again has just been shit. It was like this against Everton. It's the same again today, isn't it? It's just, I think the nail's going to be hit on the head sooner or later. That I think that some of this fan base needs to realise that standing by this manager is not going to work. And I think I'm going to get proved right. I think I will get proved right. And I think it will happen. I think the sack for Amorim is coming quickly. And I think it won't be before long before Man United push the button and decide to make a decision. Because, again, if you look at Liverpool, they're probably going to sack Arne Slot soon. So if Manchester United have got any balls or any guts, then you sack Amorim and bring an interim in and then wait till the summer to bring a proper manager in. Casemiro Mazraoui was good in defending, though. In some aspects, Casemiro did have a good game, but again, he hasn't got the legs. Mazraoui was all right. Unlucky for the goal. But apart from that, it's just been an embarrassing performance for fucking... We played 46 minutes in the first half, and then we played another 50 in the second half. So we played 96 minutes of football tonight. And we could only get a point. 96 fucking minutes. I don't know anymore. I generally just give up. Bruno needs gone. Just sell him to Saudi. I don't know what the club does next. I don't know what we do now. But we've drawn tonight. It's finished Manchester United 1, West Ham United 1. This has been your full-time match reaction. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for all the likes and for the support as usual. It's been fantastic to get everybody's insights, thoughts and opinions on this result tonight. 4 points from 9 in our last few games from our last 3 is unacceptable. I would sack Ruben Amorim. What would you guys do? Would you sack him, or would you back him and bring players in January or the summer and give him another season to prove a point? But I think the sack will happen, and I think Manchester United are going to go into decline even more. So we play Wolves at Molineux next Monday night. Again, I can't see a win there. I can only see a draw at least, because Wolves are going to come out the blocks and attack us, because they've got nothing left to fight for, because Wolves are going to go down, aren't they? So please join me for the match reaction Monday night. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my Thursday evening, which I'll try to do as best I can. But it's 1-1. 4 points from our last 3 games. 4 points from 9. It's unacceptable, really, and I think it's only going to get worse. But try and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evenings, everybody. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Thanks for all the likes as well. Not the best match reaction, not the most people we've ever had watch live, but I do appreciate you guys' support as usual. So, yeah, stay safe, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your Thursday evening, everybody. Have a great rest of your week as well.